I'm Richard Clarke. In this video, I offer comments on Ramana Maharshi's 40 Verses on Reality, drawn from years of practice. Together, we explore the depths of Ramana's teachings on self-realization and liberation. This week's reading from 40 Verses on Reality, verse 2. All religions postulate the three fundamentals: the world, the soul, and God, but it is only the one reality that manifests itself as these three. One can say the three are really three only so long as the ego lasts. Therefore, to inhere in one's own being, where the I or ego is dead, is the perfect state. First, we imagine that we are a separate self. Then we see others and a world. Thinking about how all this happens, we imagine a God. We usually don't notice that all three of these sprang from ourselves, from the initial notion of identification as a separate individual. When, through self-inquiry, we discover that there is no separate self, no separate individual, there is peace. The peace that comes from the deep knowledge that there is nothing else to attain, no separate other to fear, and no other thing to want. So there is no desire. There is just the happiness that flows from deep within. Desire comes from the ego. There is in reality nothing separate for the self to desire. Peace is freedom from desire. So to gain real peace, you must kill the ego. Really, you don't kill the ego. You just realize that it never existed to begin with. It was never real. It was just an assumption you made as to your own identity. The only power that the ego has is the power you give to it. When you stop giving it power, it vanishes. When you know who you are, your identity as the self, you also see that the ego, being unreal, had no existence to begin with. The ego was never real. This is how the ego is said to die. How can something that never existed have any hold on you? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this Ramana Maharshi video, subscribe, like, and send me a comment.